There are 10 observations. We'll just refer to the same one by one as a passing reference, and we'll get back to these observations once again once we are done with discussion of all 16 questions. Look at the first one. I'm sure you must have read GS2 and especially all those 16 questions on Indian polity and governance. You must have observed that there is a combination of the static part and the current events, contemporary events pertaining the same topic. The second one, some particular feature, aspect, basic aspect of a topic is asked by the UPSC, but along with, in relation with the recent changes, okay, which is very, very significant. Now, administrative tribunals happens to be, one would say, a static part of Indian polity. But in 2021 and before that, actually from 2017 to 21, significant developments took place pertaining the administrative tribunals. And therefore, static part, a question on administrative tribunals, but in the light of the recent developments pertaining tribunals is asked by UPSC. The third one, yes, the current and contemporary aspect of so many topics is focused by UPSC undoubtedly. However, the current is not limited to the ongoing, that is 2025 or the previous year 2024, but what UPSC has done to go back 5-10 years back and ask questions on, but obviously the significant landmark developments pertaining the topics on Indian polity. There is another combination quite interesting, which is about the conceptual and analytical dimension of the given topic. Okay. Moving on, there are few questions which seek to cross-check, evaluate, assess the critical thinking and argumentative ability of student. Then again, very significant, there are number of questions wherein we have references to concepts pertaining certain topics. But if you read those questions carefully, then there are certain questions which seek to cross-check the ability of the student to apply those concepts in a critical manner. Okay, so that is also important, application of concepts. Then obviously, in number of questions, that is answering those questions, what was going to be very significant or what is going to be very significant is to bring in relevant examples, cases pertaining constitutional process, the case laws, okay, models and experiments, and we'll look into those questions which require this. But importantly, let us not forget the data and statistics if it is required. Moving on to the 8th observation, there are certain specific issues and problems. Now, UPSC had asked and has been actually asking questions on digitization pertaining certain sections of our society. So a similar question appeared in regard with children. And since they are exposed to a lot of digital platforms and applications, a very interesting question is asked by UPSC on the same. So specific issue, problems, but along with a few general problems as well. We'll look into that. Moving on to the 9th one, a very few questions are asked straight on some provision, some part of the constitution. Only that. Okay. There is a question on Attorney General, that's the only thing. But what UPSC been doing, or rather done in this paper, is to focus on the constitutional process. So some part of constitution is referred to, is brought in the question, but the working of the same provision is what focused by the UPSC. Now we have 3-4 questions in this year's GS2. For example, question on fiscal federalism. Okay, for example, the evolution of collegium system. So these are the very interesting questions. Then another question on amendment procedure, but importantly, the differences between the two, so on and so forth. The working of the same is also very, very important. So these are the 10 observations. So whenever we check out PYQs, that is the previous year question papers, and as far as the present format is concerned, we tend to begin from 2013, and now we have to take note of the 2025 GS2 papers. Let us get started with the very first question.